Good morning children and welcome to the online teaching session. Students, in the previous video, we have started the chapter Night Witches written by Megan Garber. In this chapter, we saw that the Night Witches was a Second World War German nickname for all the females who used to fly a plane made up of normal cardboard. Okay, it was a very light plane, and these female fighters, they all were very brave. They used to carry a heavy load of bombs and they fight in the war. Now, we have completed till paragraph 10. Clear? Let me revise this once again. When the wind was strong, it would toss the plane, Popova noted. In winter, when you would look out to see your target better, you got frostbite. Our feet froze in our boots, but we carried on flying. Okay, so during the cold winter, what happens whenever these female, they used to see their target at that time, they suffered from frostbite. And children, I told you the meaning of frostbite. It is a condition in which person's finger, ears or the nose can become swollen and numb because of extreme cold. Okay. Now, begin with stanza 11. Once after a successful flight, which is to say, a flight she survived, Popova counted 42 bullets, hole studding her little plane. There were also holes in her map and in her helmet. Katya, my dear, the pilot told her navigator, we will live long. Clear? So, we have already read that Popova was telling her own story and she was telling that one successful flight when the Popova and her navigator, the two were flying, then they got a fight with these people, with these fighters, and at that time Popova had got many, near about 42 bullet holes into her helmet as well as into the craft, into the plane. But still, both of them remain alive, and that's why Popova said to Katya that, Katya, oh my dear, the pilot told her navigator that we all will live long. So Popova said this to Katya that definitely we all have got 42 bullets in our helmet as well as in the plane, but still I am sure that if we are alive, then we will live a long life. Despite all this bravery, however, the female fighter pilots initially struggled to earn the respect of their brothers in arms. Now children, nowadays we see that women are powerful. We can see the women in all the field. Okay, we see that women are also doing job in aircraft. Women are also working as an astronauts. Okay, now women are spread in each and every field of the life. They are working same as the males. But during those days, this was not very common. So whenever these female fighters, they came to fight against, whenever these female fighters, they enrolled as an army at that time, the male fighters, they did not like this. So the first situation in front of these female fighters were that these female fighters have to struggle a lot with their own brothers. because no one was ready to accept that these females can also be called as the fighters. Okay, so despite all the bravery, however, the female fighter pilot initially struggled to earn the respect of their brothers in arms. The Night Bomber Regiment was one of 3 female fighter pilot units created by Stalin at the instance of Marina Reskova. Now, how this Night Bomber Regiment was formed? This was formed by Stalin. Now, who was this Stalin? This Stalin was Joseph Stalin. He was a very powerful leader of the Soviet Union. So, a powerful leader, Joseph Stalin, he made this female fighter regiment, and he made this at the instance of Marina Reskova. Marina Reskova, now who was she? She was an aviation celebrity. Okay, so on the discussion, along with the discussion with Marina Reskova, Joseph Stalin made the army of female fighters, and along with the Marina Reskova, there was one more female, Amelia Earhart. Now, who are these two? These two, Marina Reskova, she was an aviation celebrity of the Soviet, and Amelia Earhart, she was also the celebrity of Soviet Union. And Amelia Earhart, she was a famous American pilot and first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean by herself. So these two females insisted Stalin just to make a regiment of the female, and after that Joseph Stalin made the regiment for women. Reskova trained her recruits as pilot and navigators, and also as a member of maintenance and ground crews. Now this was the job of Reskova, Marina Reskova. She used to train these females, and she was also the head of the Department of Maintenance and the ground crews. She also prepared them for an environment that preferred to treat women as bombshells rather than bombers. Now, Marina Reskova prepared all these females. She used to provide such an environment where if the males are not using the proper words for the females, then these females get ready to tolerate everything, and then they all get ready to do their job without saying anything. Now children, here the 2 words are given. One is bombshell. See the meaning of bombshell. Bombshell is an informal and disrespectful term used to refer to a very attractive woman. So earlier, men were treating the women as a bombshells. Okay, but Marina Reskova said that these women are not bombshells, these women are bombers. Now the meaning of bombers are fighters, those who can attack the opposition army. So these females were the fighters instead of the bombshells. So Marina Reskova was preparing such an environment for these women so that all those who are feeling that these are only the bombshells, they should realize that these females are not only the bombshells but they are the bombers. One general male initially complained about being sent a bunch of girdles instead of soldiers, but the women and their flimsy little crop dusters and their ill-fitting uniform and their 23,000 tons of ammunition soon proved him wrong. Now see, one general male. Now among the males, there was one male, and he was continuously complaining that these females cannot be the part of the army. Okay, but still these women were simply doing their job. What he saw that person, he saw that a bunch of girdles, okay, women, instead of the soldiers, these women fighters, a bunch of women fighters are going to fight against these armies, okay. But these women, simply with the help of their light weighted plane as well as the second hand uniform given by the males, they used to wear only this uniform. Now children, imagine such a situation when these females, they do not get their own uniform. What type of uniform they used to wear? The uniform which was left by these men soldiers. So along with the second hand uniform and their plane with 23,000 tons of ammunition, that is bullets. So these women proved that person wrong. Now once again there was a general, he was continuously complaining that why the army is sending this bunch of girdles, bunch of female fighters instead of the soldiers. But these female fighters proved that man wrong. How they proved wrong? Just because they flew with the help of their aircraft along with the second hand uniform and with 23,000 tons of bullets into their planes. And they proved everyone as wrong. Now, next. And they did all that while decorating their planes with flowers and using their navigation pencils as lip color. Now, all these female fighters, they did everything in a very joyful mood, okay? By laughing, by smiling, by decorating their craft, by decorating their, their plane. Clear? Just by decoration with the flowers, they did everything and they won. Okay? They treated the navigation pencil as a lip color. So this is the beautiful lines, children, which used to denote the bravery of these women. That with all the smile, with all the happy mood, by decorating their planes, okay, by decorating the navigation, they treated that navigation pencil as their lip color. But they flew and they won. So this is the story about few women at the time of Second World War. Okay. So that's all about the chapter Night Witches. Now we will begin with the lesson exercises. Okay. Thank you, children.